Hey, what's happening, YouTubers? I'm back with another unboxing video, and today it's kind of like a retro unboxing. I just picked this up a couple days ago at a place called Gateway Comics and Toys. It's pretty awesome. It's the Medicom X-Men Last Stand Wolverine. I've never had a Hot Toys before. This is probably as close as I'll get. I might consider ordering one depending on how much I like this. Of course, it's a different brand. It's called Medicom. And there you see the logo, and once it focuses in here, just a Lego mumbo jumbo pertaining to Fox and Marvel. Now, this did come out in 2006, so the quality of it is a little bit different by today's standards, but I'm still excited to take a look at it. And there you can see the 3 logo with the Wolverine claws, and there's the inside of the packaging, and you can see the figure and a little read-up on Wolverine. I'm really excited mainly because this is my first non-MCU Marvel movie, if that makes sense, like from the X-Men universe, other than the Magneto I had back in the day when I was like 10. But I'm very excited to get this, and without further ado, we'll get started on the unboxing. And before I even take it out of the plastic, you can see there's just 2 additional hands. I'm not going to change them. Obviously, I'm going to display them with his claws. But here's the cool thing. Medicom does provide a stand with the figure or with the statue or whatever you want to call it. But we'll finally take it out of the packaging. And out of the packaging here, you can see the Wolverine figure portrayed by Hugh Jackman. Now, I know in terms of likeness, once my lens focuses up here, he doesn't exactly look like Hugh Jackman, but for a figure back in 2006, I'd say they did a pretty damn good job. They have the detail on his beard in there pretty nicely. The leather jacket is awesome as well. It's got a little zipper so you can unzip it, but I'm not going to do that. It's just the detailing and the stitch work on this leather jacket is pretty awesome, especially because, you know, not a lot of people are a fan of the X-Men uniform back in the day, but looking back on it, I can definitely find an appreciation for it. And there you see his claws. And let's focus it a little bit more on his face. I will say, though, when it comes to the face sculpt, like I said, for something that came out in 2006, this is pretty damn good. You can see the little shaded area where his mustache and his goatee should be at. It's thicker, obviously, with his mutton chops. But overall, I think they did a pretty good job. And also, if you noticed, like the detailing of his jacket, they have the 2 X's right to the left and right of his collar right there. And then even I noticed on the back of the jacket, it was an X-Men logo there too. And then there you can see the other X-Men logo. It's funny because I'm so used to the claws like being loose because of the Marvel Legends, but this one's pretty firm on there. But I mean, I shouldn't expect anything less from a figure that costs over $100. And there's the other one right there. And then his feet don't have ankle pivot, but they do rotate. I'm not going to get into the articulation mainly because this is going to be mainly for posing and not so much stop motion. And one thing I did want to point out, though, is I thought for a second, I was like, oh, man, this is used. You know, his leather ripped or someone else will use it. But upon further investigation, if you look at the box, I guess that's what happens over time. I guess with faux leather or real leather, if it's stuck towards the plastic, it gets stuck on there, you know, over time. I guess probably from the sunlight or whatever, different environment, different conditions. But overall, pretty sweet figure. I can't wait to display this with my other 12-inch figure lines. And speaking of those other figures, here we have that 12-inch Medicom Wolverine Last Stand figure next to the Iron Man Titan Hero Series Infinity War figure. This is from the Titan Hero Hasbro series line. Obviously, a huge difference in price, so there isn't really much in terms of quality. Obviously, the Medicom's going to be better. And for another scale size comparison, here is that Medicom Wolverine next to the Hasbro Titan Hero Series Captain America from the Endgame movie. And I think these two scale pretty well. There's Cap Shield. I remember there was something I read up a couple years back that Wolverine and Magneto were actually supposed to appear in Captain America, the First Avenger. Obviously, they got nixed because of company, because of Fox and then Disney owning the Marvel property for Captain America. But side by side, you see they do scale pretty well. And next size comparison I'm going to have is the Superman from the Batman and Superman True Moves line, the 12-inch series that Mattel produces. I've said this before in the Shazam video. I still think Mattel has a leg up on Hasbro when it comes to these 12-inch figures in terms of articulation. And then another scale size comparison is the new Wolverine from the Hulk 2-pack 80th anniversary, first appearance of Wolverine, and the Wolverine from the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure line that came out last year. And one more scale size comparison is Wolverine and the Hulk from the Hulk Endgame Titan Hero series line. And this is Hulk in his Quantum Realm suit. I'm not going to try to attempt to switch the heads because I'm sure they both have different ball joints, and I don't want to break a really expensive Wolverine figure. And that concludes my review today, YouTubers. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this figure. In my opinion, I think it holds up pretty well considering this thing came out in 2006. I'm just stoked to finally get a Hugh Jackman figure. I know with Fox and Marvel, they haven't really produced any movie figures in the last few years. That's why I'm stoked to get this. And it definitely piques my interest in collecting larger scale toys like Hot Toys or maybe Mafex. But let me know in the comments below what you think. If you have any feedback for me, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and be sure to check out my Instagram at Pack Photos.